Hi, I'm Ibrahima and this is Talk Collective Intelligence. Original collective intelligence, the intelligence emerging from small social groups, always occurs under certain specific conditions. Nobel, one of the leading architects of this concept, argues that holopticism, which he defines as a sensorial closeness between members, is one of those conditions. Members must be together and constantly see each other during their collaborative interactions. Now, in the digital age, the opportunity to artificially and virtually recreate holopticism has been made possible by digital technologies. Indeed, these now afford the opportunity for live interaction, for collaborative work, leading to original collective intelligence. Now, holopticism, whether natural or artificial, also provides another very important opportunity: the possibility to transform the small social group into a learning organization. A learning organization is also one of the 7 characteristics of effective social groups according to Nobel. Now, before we go any further, let me first define learning and afterwards analyze his perspective on the concept of learning organization. Now, learning can be defined as, and I quote, a process that brings together cognitive, emotional, and environmental influences and experiences for acquiring, enhancing, and making changes in one's knowledge, skills, values, and worldviews. Of quote. Now, according to Nobel, in a learning organization, learning can be observed at the level of individual members, but also at the level of the collective. Now, individual members learn formally, informally, and non-formally to improve whatever their competencies are in the group, but also to internalize the knowledge they need to have in order to be more effective group members. Now, at the level of the collective, Nobel argues, and I quote, learning involves the existence of a social process that takes charge of mistakes and integrates and transforms them into shared cognitive objects. Of quote. Again, he notes, and I quote, learning enhances the development of the relational intelligence. What we learn for ourselves is useful for others. Of quote. We can remember 2 things from what I've just talked about. First, individual members must continuously learn to improve their skills and competencies and their knowledge of group functions and dynamics. That's one condition. If I use the example of a sports team, individual learning is what members do when they take initiative to improve their technique or their biomotor abilities. Now, if we take an example of a learning community, individual learning is what members do to improve their knowledge, skills, and competencies independently of the group, but with the goal of contributing more effectively when interacting in the group. Now, second, we can retain the social nature of learning in the small social group. This kind of learning is social because it's situated in the environment of the group. Learning can occur when a problem arises and members work together to provide the appropriate solution and register the experience for the future. Every problem is an opportunity to learn and improve. Every success is equally an opportunity to learn and improve. In the case of a sports team, this collective learning occurs after every victory or loss. Members have an opportunity to take collective stock and analyze what went right or what went wrong or both, and use the garnered information to fine-tune for future opportunities to express themselves again. Now, in a learning community, collective learning opportunities calling for learning and improvement also abound. And the most effective social groups are those that are capable of not only learning, but also of remembering learning for the future. Now, as you can see, learning is everywhere. and it is a necessary process and experience for any group and its individual members. Now, this learning also greatly contributes to original collective intelligence, the intelligence practiced in small social groups, according to Nobel. Now, what can we retain from today's talk? First, an effective social group is one that also sees itself as a learning organization. Second, a learning organization is an organization that has learning happening at two levels. At the level of individual members, formal, non-formal, and informal learning enables individual members to improve their competencies and their knowledge. Now, at the level of the collective, learning occurs when the group itself takes collective stock and solves emerging problems with the goal of collecting insight and useful knowledge to render the group more effective in the future. And third, learning is everywhere. And for every small social group wishing to display emergent properties, the creation of a group environment where learning occurs at all times is a fundamental step. Now, today my question is, how can social groups better benefit from individual members' learning initiatives? But for now, I would like to thank you for your time and your attention today.